Hello and welcome to AAA Reviews. I'm Alex. I want to say a massive thank you to all of my subscribers that have been subscribed to my channel this year and been supporting me. This is my last video of 2021. I will not be returning until the new year. I'm going to take a few weeks out. I've got work to do and obviously want to spend some time with the family, so that's all good. I'll then be returning in the new year with more awesome retro figure reviews. Today, what do I have planned? Well, it's been 10 years since this film came out, The Green Lantern, and they brought out a huge amount of figures, so I am going to be doing a review of a huge amount of Green Lantern figures. And of course, I will take this review very seriously. I don't want to upset any Green Lantern fans out there. I am a big fan of Green Lantern myself, not the film, but I am a big fan of Green Lantern. I would like to say at this point, if you haven't already, please hit a like, please hit subscribe, please turn on notifications, and please share with your friends to help my channel grow. I would really appreciate it. Now, with all that said, let's jump in to this review. So, kicking off this review, we have got a Green Lantern. This is number 1, a Hal Jordan, who comes with a power fist. Super cool, nice looking Green Lantern, and every single one comes with a ring. Of course, he does resemble Ryan Reynolds quite well, I believe. You get one of these in every single figure. Now, I will talk about this a little bit more. I think that's cool, but I think where they've spent the money on this is where some of the articulation in the figures is not so good, but we'll get to that. So this was number 1, a Hal Jordan. Number 2, we get another Hal Jordan. This time he is completely green, like as if he's absorbed the power from the ring. Really cool. And he comes with this bow and arrow sort of accessory, I guess. Again, another power ring, which is really cool. So if you were a kid and you never got all of these Green Lantern figures, at least you got a power ring. I will say these are 3.75 inch, just so you know the size. And there is Hal Jordan number 2. Next up, we've got Kilowog. This one's got a bit more weight to it, really cool. Comes with this sort of, don't know what kind of accessory that is. Let's take a look on the back. Okay, it's like a giant fist blasting piece of green rock. I don't know how best to describe it, and I don't know why that's so funny, Sarah. You can fire it off that bow and arrow set that we got with Hal Jordan number 2 by the looks of it, but you don't actually get a bow and arrow with this one, so I guess that's to do with price point on the figure. You also get, again, another Green Lantern ring. Price wise, because you're probably wondering, well, how you normally do prices, I'm going to say anywhere between £8 to £12. That's all they ever go for. So most of the time it's £8. If there's a £12 one, I'll point it out. And when I say £8, that's posted. And I guess in the States, in Canada, they're not going to be overly expensive either. This guy's pretty cool. There's a bit of detail to him. Although articulation, there is none in the arms. There is some in the knees, possibly. Nope, I don't think there is. So it's just possibly, I think, just the waist, and that is it. And you probably can move his head a little bit. They're very limited in articulation, these figures. At number 4, we get Sinestro. Now, we don't get a yellow version, or did we? I don't know. I don't have a yellow version today. All I have are green versions of Green Lantern Corps. So this is the Sinestro you got. Not a bad looking fig, but again, very limited articulation. There is no articulation in those elbow joints. It literally is. I'm going to get a loose one in a minute and give you an example. Comes with a couple of accessories, and there is Sinestro. Next up, we've got Green Man. Very, very cool and original name, that. Green Man. I don't know, Sarah, stop laughing. Green Man, odd looking fella. Comes with this little accessory. Again, another power ring. Very limited articulation. I mean, I'm not sure how far his arms would even come up looking at him. But there you are. There is Green Man. Number 6 is another Hal Jordan in a different kind of costume with this cool accessory, which is some sort of spinning blade chainsaw type thing. Pretty cool. So there is your number 6. Next up, number 7, we've got Abin Sur. Of course, he is the one who passes the power on to Ryan Reynolds. I mean Hal Jordan. And that's how he becomes the Green Lantern. He comes with this kind of crazy attachment. I'll show you how some of these work because I do have some loose examples. I just want to point something out. 10 out of 10 Daily Star. How much were they paid for that review? Anyway, let's move on to number 8. Next up, we've got Hanu. And again, he comes with the same sort of power as, or accessory as, Kilowog. This one here sells for around $12.99. This is one of the ones that kind of fetches a little bit more money on the second market. I'm not entirely sure why. Articulation, no articulation in the elbows. It's just in the shoulder joints and in the waist there. There's not, looking at it, any articulation, sorry, in these. So again, very limited in articulation. Next up, we've got number 9, which is Stell. Pretty cool. Actually, probably one of the coolest looking of this whole wave of figures. Pretty cool sort of robot alien kind of character. Comes with this accessory here, which is obviously what the ring can create anything you can imagine. That's why you get all these different accessories. It seems they didn't have, the guys making the toys didn't have much imagination. They just made a giant claw. But another figure that I say would fetch around the £12 to £14 mark. Now, this one is a pretty cool character. Number 10 is a Mattel. I don't know if that's correct. I am just reading what's in front of me and probably getting it completely wrong. He comes with quite a cool accessory actually. It's almost like a bear trap style thing. This is pretty cool. Not a bad looking character at all. Lots of detail on him. But again, he only sells roughly for around £8 sealed in this kind of condition. Next up, we've got Hal Jordan Test Pilot. Yet another Hal Jordan. This time he is in his pilot uniform. Comes with this cool sort of headgear and attachment. Let's have a look on the back. Does it show it? Yeah, there it is. Not bad. Another Ryan Reynolds figure. So there is number 11. Next up, another Hal Jordan, this time Parallax Hal Jordan. I'm assuming because they've given me axe accessory. Pretty cool, but again, just another Hal Jordan. There was way too many Hal Jordans in this wave of figures, if you ask me, so that one is number 12. Next up, we've got Hyper Hammer Hal Jordan. They've named him that, I guess, because they've given him a hammer accessory. Just another Hal Jordan, basically, with a repaint. They seem to add a lot of Hal Jordans in this figure wave. And next, we've got a Max Kilowog action figure, which is exactly the same as the other Kilowog. I'll bring that over. It's just that he's completely green. Similar to what they did with the Hal Jordan, where they just brought out a green Hal Jordan. They didn't call him Max Charge Hal Jordan, however. It's just a way of the toy manufacturer, which is Mattel in this case, being able to be lazy and just add extra figures to a wave. At number 15, as part of this wave, we've got Tumari, another cool looking alien character. So I'm kind of glad it's not another Hal Jordan, because I'm sure the only person that's happy that there's so many Hal Jordans is Ryan Reynolds. Loose, this is what I'm talking about. So you've got a bit of articulation in the waist, the arms go back and up and down, bit of articulation in the head, and obviously some wow, that won't even go forward. Wow. Very limited articulation in the feet, and these are the attachments. They just attach. You can attach different ones. This is probably the best Hal Jordan because he lights up, and he's not actually in this wave. He was part of I think he may have been part of the final battle one, or possibly one of the other ones they did, because they did so many. Same with this one. But look, the articulation, that is it. It is pretty basic figures. I mean, wow, he can actually get his legs up there a bit more compared to this one. Whereas if you compare another 3.75 inch figure from, say, Marvel or someone like that, there's loads more articulation. We've got board joints there, we've got elbow joints, everything sort of moves, and I could pick up loads of these little 3.75 inch with much more movement, even movement in the feet and stuff. And this is just a loose one of Alfie. So articulation wise on these Green Lanterns is pretty shocking. Next up, we've got a Gallius Z. He's a cool looking creature, very odd. Comes with this new accessory here. Let's have a look on the back, see how that works. Oh yeah, sort of, not sure. Includes dual blade construct. Pretty cool, I guess, because it's not another Hal Jordan. But wait, have no despair, because in at number 17, in case you were missing, there's another Hal Jordan with Colossal Cannon. Completely different repaint, completely different style. Again, never powering. Every one of them's got a powering. I'm going to stop saying that. So there we are, number 17. Next up, we've got number 18, which is Corona, the Fallen Guardian. He, of course, becomes the Parallax. He has been expelled by the other Guardians and swears revenge by using the power of fear. In at number 19, we get a Voz, who does sort of get around the £12 to £14 mark. He's a little bit more expensive, I've noticed. But he comes with the same sort of power blaster thing as Kilowog. And again, he's very limited in articulation, like all the other figures. But he's interesting enough. He's someone different. And in at number 20, which is the last one of this complete wave of Green Lantern figures, is, I'm guessing, Gahoo. A cool looking figure. Again, very limited articulation, no elbow articulation, no knee articulation, but still a cool looking figure. Nevertheless, comes with this kind of, I don't know, I guess it's that bit really. That's where that's come from. I know Alfie's got him loose somewhere, but there he is, Gahoo. And last but not least, we've got the Parallax. A really cool toy. Do that and it'll come out and grab Hal Jordan at the final showdown. Pretty gruesome if we can get in close. Pretty cool, and he comes with that exclusive Hal Jordan. I haven't bothered to price this up really. I paid £18 for it quite some time ago, just to go with all the figures that I'd basically got. So there is the Parallax. So there we are. There is 20 Green Lantern action figures and the Parallax final boss sort of figure there. Nothing to get too excited about, I'm afraid. They weren't great figures. Mattel didn't do a very good job of these. Way too many Hal Jordans, not enough villains, not enough articulation, I guess because they've included that ring. It's all a cost per head per figure. They've got it all figured out, this you know, hey, no pun intended. What did Deadpool think of my review? A turkey. Yes, just like the film, the figures are a turkey. I'm afraid I can't get excited over these. They're not great. Bought them up reasonably cheap, so it doesn't really matter to me. And it's just one of those things. What am I going to do to take my mind off it? Well, I'm going to go watch a decent film over Christmas. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and a great new year. I will see you in 2022. Thanks for all your support. Until next year, AAA Reviews signing out.